What are some childhood hangups that you developed growing up related to spending money? We all pick up some of these internal trophies that we developed through our childhood. So maybe you were made fun of as a child for wearing secondhand clothing. And so now you either embrace the thrifting lifestyle or you are fiercely loyal with buying name brand clothing only because that's something that you didn't have growing up. Did you have any food insecurity so that having a full fridge is very important to you now? Did you never have those special childhood snacks like wagon wheels and fruit roll-ups, and so now you love packing it for your children? Was eating out at a restaurant an extremely rare event, and so now you find it hard to say no to eating out because it's a treat that you've developed for yourself and something that you don't want to miss out on? Maybe it was the Scholastic Book Fair that you never had a chance to participate in. We all have spending quirks from our childhood that it's just so important to recognize that we ultimately should be valuing quality over quantity and just taking pride in frugality and not looking at it as necessarily a form of deprivation, but something that embraces a simplistic lifestyle that creates more room and space and clarity in one's mind. And we don't want to lose that level of creativity that you used to have when things were far more scarce for you. And it's important that we learn from others' financial mistakes instead of learning it the hard way on our own. And ultimately, we just got to go back to what is truly important for our lives. Saving up for our first home so that we can enter the home ownership market while we still can. Saving up for that dream vacation or just any kind of forever item that you really want to strive towards, and that's going to take some financial discipline to achieve. And ultimately asking yourself, do I really need this? What unmet need am I trying to fulfill? And is it related to my childhood? Because if it is related to my childhood, then that need and that sense of connection can be very strong. And so it's just important to distinguish whether this was from an unmet need or if this is truly what I want for myself today. And it's always important to say no to debt, say no to things that are trending and that are fleeting and that will not stand the test of time. Say no to a sale. Are you buying something just because it's on sale? If you are, or if you do that often, realize that the mentality that you're developing that makes you make these purchases is a marketing machine that has tricked your brain into making this purchase. So try and wake up from it and realize that before you make that purchase. But ultimately, be confident in your choices. If you have a crazy shoe collection because that's what you love and that's what you didn't have growing up and that's your passion and that's something that brings a lot of joy to yourself, embrace that. It is important ultimately to have a good overall financial picture so that overall you are hopefully at minimum saving 5%, 10%, ideally aiming towards 20% to 30 or even 40 or 50 of your take home pay every month. That's something to work towards. And yeah, life is about balance. So The journey is just as important as the destination, so we need to enjoy our time that we have on this earth, and sometimes that requires spending money, and sometimes that requires not spending money and just really prioritizing and focusing on the important things in life.